Red Flag Radio.
We see the signs.
Hey, welcome back to Red Flag Radio. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Marcus. Good to have you with us today.
Marcus, I have to tell you, when I read today's post, I actually said, "Oh no," out loud at my desk.
That's never a good sign. Or, actually, for our purposes, it's a great sign.
It means we're about to have a very interesting conversation.
All right, so this one comes to us from over on r/amItheasshole. And it's about a wedding, an engagement ring, and a color scheme that's apparently under federal protection.
So the poster says she's been asked to remove her engagement ring for a friend's wedding because, and I quote, "it was too similar to their color scheme."
The ring has a light blue sapphire. The bridesmaids are wearing pale blue. And somehow, this is a problem.
And this is where it gets psychologically interesting. Because we're not just talking about wedding aesthetics here. We're talking about spotlight ownership taken to an absurd extreme.
Okay, walk me through that.
So spotlight ownership is when someone feels entitled to control not just their event, but everyone's attention, appearance, and even personal property at that event.
Right, and there's a reasonable version of this. Like, don't wear white to a wedding.
Totally. Don't propose at someone else's wedding. Don't announce your pregnancy during the toasts.
Basic stuff.
But this is, your jewelry contains a color that exists in my wedding palette, so it must be removed from your body.
When you put it that way.
That's literally what's happening, though.
No, you're right. But let me play devil's advocate for a second. Accusing a proposal of spotlight sabotage? That's peak wedding math. One ring plus jealousy equals infinite drama.
Oh, here we go.
You always say that like I'm about to defend something indefensible.
Because you usually are.
Fair. But okay, Tilly did say she asked a family member to not wear a necklace with similar stones, so at least she's being consistent?
Consistently unreasonable, sure.
Okay.
No, but seriously, Marcus, consistency doesn't make a boundary reasonable. If I consistently asked everyone to hop on one foot in my presence, that doesn't make it less weird.
That's a really good point, actually.
The pattern here is bridezilla control. And I don't use that term lightly because I think it gets thrown around too much.
Uh-huh.
But when you're policing gemstone colors on other people's jewelry, you've crossed into territory.
Okay, but here's what I keep coming back to. The post says Peter jokingly brought up the ring as breaking the rules, and then Tilly escalated it to an actual demand.
Yes, that's such an important detail.
It's like Peter was testing the waters, and Tilly was like, "No, I'm serious about this."
Groom thinks they proposed to steal the spotlight? Please, with you two center stage, that's like showing up to a solar eclipse with a glow stick. And that tells us this isn't about the ring at all.
What do you mean?
This is projection. Tilly is worried about being upstaged, so she's projecting that anxiety onto everyone around her. The poster, the family member with the necklace, probably others we don't even know about.
The post literally says Tilly accused them of getting engaged specifically to steal their spotlight.
Right, and the engagement happened on their 7-year anniversary during a, quote, once-in-a-lifetime trip.
Which had nothing to do with this wedding.
Nothing. 3 months before the wedding, on a trip, on their anniversary.
That's not spotlight stealing.
That's called living your life, Marcus.
Okay, but I think there might be something deeper here. If Peter and the poster's fiancé have been friends for over a decade,
Yes, and that makes this worse.
maybe Tilly feels like she's competing for something? Like the friendship, the attention? I don't know.
That's actually really insightful.
Don't sound so surprised.
I'm not. I'm impressed.
Sure you are. Logically, if the ring's too similar, just swap the bridesmaids' dresses for the fiancé's sock drawer. Problem solved.
But you're right. There might be a longer history here of Tilly feeling like she's not the priority in Peter's social circle.
And the wedding becomes this moment where she finally gets to be the center of everything.
And anyone else's happiness feels like a threat to that.
Which is sad, honestly.
It is sad, but it doesn't make the demand okay.
No, definitely not.
Because here's the boundary violation piece. An engagement ring isn't just jewelry. It's a symbol of a commitment between two people.
Right.
Asking someone to remove it is asking them to symbolically hide their relationship for your comfort.
Wow. I hadn't thought about it that way.
And the poster says she's hardly taken it off since the proposal, except for sleeping and bathing. This isn't a fashion choice.
It's part of her identity now.
A sapphire ring clashing with bridesmaid dresses? Honey, that's not a color scheme issue. That's the bride's ego demanding its own rainbow. Exactly. And Tilly's treating it like an accessory that clashes with the decor.
Okay, I'm fully off the devil's advocate train now.
Welcome aboard!
But what do they do? Because the fiancé has this decade-long friendship at stake.
Honestly, I think they've already done what they can. They explained, they pushed back, and they held the boundary.
And now they wait to see if they get uninvited.
Which the poster says doesn't bother her at this point.
But it would bother the fiancé. Losing a long friendship over a ring color?
Over Tilly's anxiety about a ring color. Let's be precise.
True.
If Peter can't see that this request is unreasonable, that tells you something about where the friendship is headed anyway.
Oof. Yeah.
Sometimes the trash takes itself out, Marcus.
Brutal, but accurate.
That's my brand.
It really is.
All right, so the takeaway here?
Your engagement ring is not up for negotiation based on someone else's color palette.
And if someone sees your happiness as a threat to their happiness, that's a them problem, not a you problem.
Well said.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, everyone. If you've got a story that needs unpacking, you know where to find us.
Take care of yourselves out there. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye for now.
Red Flag Radio.
We see the signs.